why I think veganism will save humanity. So, as a lad, I didn't know how to stand up for myself. Got picked on a little bit at school, not badly, but enough that I decided to become as big and strong as I could. I took anabolic steroids, got involved in lots of different martial arts, became really competent, at the physical stuff. And then I got offered a job on the doors. And although physically I was capable, mentally, I was still that scared little boy. But, whatever you put yourself through, you become desensitized to it, you become used to it. And in actual fact, in the end, I learned to enjoy violent situations. It gave me the adrenaline rush. Instead of feeling powerless, I felt powerful. So I wasn't a bully, but I always seemed to attract into my life situations where I could be like the hero. I've thrown people out of grocery stores, a couple of times, guy at the till wanting to be a problem, just intimidating the staff. And this one particular time, I was in my dorm in black and white, so I was late for work, and I showed him the door. Even one time on a bus, threw someone off of a bus, and believe it or not, I threw someone down a gangplank. I was at this floating restaurant, and someone was being a pain in there. So again, I showed him the door. After doing a lot of research into nutrition and health, I decided it was definitely the time to go vegan. It's obvious to me that that's what we're meant to eat, and it's disease preventative and reversing. So while researching recipes for this new diet, a couple of times I accidentally came across footage of animals in slaughterhouses. Before, I chose not to look at that sort of thing. And it's not nice. Anyone in their right mind wouldn't treat an animal like that, any sort of an animal. I felt terrible for how I'd lived my previous 38 years, eating animal flesh and animal secretions. I didn't know any better. I thought that's what we're meant to do because that's what we're brainwashed to think. But I felt absolutely terrible inside. So then you could say I was more vegan for the animals' sake. And then I got thinking, humans are another animal. Much as we try to dress it up and make out we're something, separate from, we are physically, we're animals. So if I'm not going to harm cows, pigs, chickens, fish, why do I want to be unkind to fellow humans? And I started to recognize if someone's being nasty to me, inside their suffering, and their suffering's spilling over, so I'm getting some of that suffering. My old ego self would think, how dare you, can't you see how big and strong and dangerous I am? And I'd have a point of view with them. I'd get angry and upset. I'd either strike them, or if I couldn't, that scene would go over in my head for months, and I think, I should have smashed that guy, he was rude. Who does he think he is? I came to the conclusion that there's lots of negative energy in the world, and why add to it? Someone's being out of order to me, I can rear up at them, I can give them more negative, but what's the point? I sort of got rid of my ego self and just recognized that I'm not the center of the universe. All the other people, all the animals, we're all part of one big whole, and everything affects everything. So now, if someone says something unkind to me, I just thank them for their perspective. I'll often say, I forgive you, and I'll walk away. And that's really the last I'll think about it. Holding on to anger, the Buddhists say, is like drinking poison and expecting your enemy to die. I'm 100 times happier than I used to be. I cause no harm to people or the animals. And your outside world is a reflection of your inside world. I've noticed I no longer am in these situations where, something needs to be done, like we need to throw this guy out, or, I don't have these opportunities to be a hero anymore. I don't know how much that is to do with spirituality. A lot of people will just say that's coincidence, but I just don't seem to manifest these situations, violent situations, where like I used to. Speciesism is the first prejudice. We're taught to love some animals, but we kill some animals. Some work for us. We're starting to get rid of slavery is, not allowed in most countries. Sexism is looked down upon, like gay bashing. It doesn't really happen in this country now. So if you want a good life, if you want the world to change for the better, change internally. I'm trying to squash every prejudice I've had inside of me, and I think I've pretty much done that now. I think what I'm trying to say is your external world is a mirror reflection of what's going on inside. If you can't find a kind person, be the kind person. Be the change that you want to see in the world. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. Go vegan for victory.